a little space in the center of the heart. And then in that, it's infinite space, in infinity. And so when you touch that, and then when the body walks around, it's constantly sort of emanating out of that space, this fountain of joy, and it's uplifting your spirits constantly. So life is never boring. Always happiness, always flowing like a fountain. That's when you know that the Christ is awakening in you. Because I mean, he's carrying this heavy cross on his back, and in the meantime, while he's walking there, he's like consoling other people next to him. It's going to be okay. And he's like more sympathizing for them, feeling sad for them, because people who are watching him climb up to, I think it was called Golgotha or whatever, the hill where he was put on the cross. He was more concerned for them and sad for them for being lost in their own fears and their own hurt. He was free. So interesting that he'd be consoling others. Because how can you help others? How can you console others if you're in a state of misery, fear, sadness, sorrow, whatever? How can you heal anyone? The healing really begins with yourself. And from my own personal experience, having the help of these kind of mystical teachings, if you want to call them that, mystical transmission, there's so many different words, having the help of these ascended beings, these avatars, these saints, calling them forth to bring their energy alive in the room and in you. That has been the saving grace for me. Before, I was a very intellectual person. Maybe I still am, but I mean, I was focused on intellect and learning, always striving hard to do well in school. And that I felt like that was a success. But later on, when I started to touch into the love through these mystical teachings, I was stunned, and I totally changed my focus on life. Not so concerned about learning things in the mundane world, but rather trying to touch the unbelievable, endless well of love that I found inside myself. And it's so deep I can't even find the bottom of it. So the beauty of love is that it's an endless unfoldment. It's an endless unfold. Remember, I was saying Christ would incarnate into these different bodies to experience all kinds of different love. So many different forms. Even the mosquito loves her babies. We kill mosquitoes nonchalantly and sort of like unthinkingly we do it. So we don't look at the mosquito and say, oh, wow, that mother mosquito actually loves her babies just like we love our babies. The mother mosquito is also a soul, just like we're a soul. It's the same energy that runs the mosquito as it is the person. And yet, sort of, we just kill it as if it means nothing. And I'm not saying that, people should necessarily stop killing mosquitoes, but rather stop for a moment and bow to the soul within the mosquito. Right? That would be a very powerful practice to do. To recognize, oh, Mother Mosquito, I know you're a soul, and I'm a soul. We're the same. And then gently request, will you please leave the room? If not, it may be the end of your life.